I bet you're wondering where I've been. Or maybe you're not, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So a couple of months ago, I kind of disappeared and didn't give any explanation. A couple of months ago, I took a break because I was just at a loss of ideas and I just needed a break. Oftentimes when I'm making videos, absence makes the heart grow fonder, so I value video making more when I've had a break from it. So I took that first break and then I went and worked at a camp this summer for 3 weeks. It's called Lake Forest Ranch. So in this episode of Rooted and Reformed, I'm going to be talking all things regarding that camp with my good friend Elijah. Honestly, this was one of the best interviews I've done yet, and we had a very good conversation, and he's my good friend. I enjoy talking to him, so I hope you enjoy too.
Yeah.
Is it weird that we're matching right now?
I don't think
It's cool. Okay. We both worked at Lake Forest Ranch. This is Elijah Long. He's my brother, cabin mate, friend. We both worked in the same position. We were basically assistants to counselors. So I thought in this podcast we would discuss different things regarding LFR.
To be honest, when I first met you, the day that we got to Lake Forest, I did not realize, I didn't make the, oh, this is another tribe leader, until later.
It took us 2 days. We just became friends.
Yeah, because I bounced the lacrosse ball with you across the dining hall. Just to, we were figuring out how many bounces we could get.
And I came in there, I pulled up to Lake Forest Ranch knowing 2 people. And I go in the dining hall and they're playing Just Dance. And I just sat and I just awkwardly watched them play Just Dance. And I'm like, where am I right now? They're all friends and stuff. And then you came in there and you're like, let's bounce this ball. And I was like, okay, something to do instead of watch people play Just Dance.
Right, because for reference, they had been there a week.
Yeah.
Well, we would work together previously, but then they had been there a week before we were there. And so it's
so we're like, let's just play lacrosse. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. That night, we all, I remember we all got together, all the tribe people. We said, one thing about ourselves and our age. And then Tessa said her little thing about, this is going to be your best friend now. And then we were like, yeah.
Yeah, easy. Boom. We just did it.
Yeah. And then probably one of my favorite memories was when, obviously there's a bunch of in-camp ones, just around kids and stuff, specifically Josiah, but
the famous Josiah,
the legend himself. But one of my favorite memories was pickleball that one night.
Oh yeah, that was a good night.
But when did we stop playing pickleball? 1 a.m?
Yeah, it was 1 o'clock and we're like, yep, okay, we've played 5 rounds.
Yeah, because it was a Saturday, right? Because I had my phone because I was playing music.
Yeah,
so, it was a Saturday. Then
we didn't go to bed. We went in the big old field.
Oh yeah,
the stars were crazy.
Yeah,
that was cool.
And then we went to bed.
Yeah, and I feel like you're nervous for all the camps, but once you interact with the kids for the first time, you're like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
I don't know. I feel like I don't show nervousness as much, visibly. You can tell by some of the things I say sometimes, but I also am very quick to I overthink things, and I think it's I'm nervous about it, and then it's just actually do it. I'm like, oh, that was fine. It's whatever.
Yeah, and then we're opposites in that because I'll be overthinking, and you can tell by my face because I'm like, I can't hide anything, so everybody knows. And plus, my resting face is evil. So some days we'd be having lunch, and I'm whoa, it just zoomed in. I'll be scowling, and someone's like, "What's wrong, Bo?" I'm like, "This is the best day of my life. I'm fine," but you can't tell.
Yeah. Gosh, any other big highlights I can think of from the kids' camps?
Did you have any kids eager to learn the gospel or fascinated? I feel like my first group was the most fascinating.
I think, the first group were angels.
Yeah, they were great. They were awesome.
They set standards so high.
Yeah, I was like, this is gonna be awesome. Then the next kids are redneck.
I also feel like
you don't know what you're gonna get with the next group.
Kids Camp A was the most well behaved. I don't think we had a problem necessarily with the kid.
Well, I had to work hard with Kids Camp A, but they're also asking me questions about the Lord, so that made it all worth it.
Yeah,
I was like, let's go. He's curious.
Yeah, Josiah over there understanding what atonement was.
Josiah just having this perfect theological background, and the rest of us are just trying to figure it out.
Don't know what he actually is, but yeah, I felt like the kids camp A also just like actually wanted to be my friend more than the other
Yeah.
kids. The other ones, they just like randomly told me things every once in a while, halfway listened, and I was like, okay, whatever.
The kids, they like to talk about how much coffee they drink, like to shock you. Kids love to shock you. That's like their thing. So they're like, I drink
Yeah.
5 cups of coffee back at home. I'm like, okay, Timmy. I don't care, Timmy. They like to stand up too. No one likes to stand up like them. Like we're all
Yeah, I don't
like,
understand. Like,
the speaker would be trying to talk and some kids just standing up, like sit down. They don't even realize it. They're like, I have to approach this man while he's talking.
okay, but they don't like to stand up during kids praise.
Yeah, and then they sit down when we're supposed to stand up. Like
It's just like doing opposites of everything they're supposed to be doing.
all of a sudden they're all so cool and they won't dance. I remember that was like when I was in VBS, I was like, I will do all the things. But now
I was so proud of the kids that stand up for all 3 dances. And
yeah,
do all the dancing. I mean, because I love doing it.
yeah,
I at a time I was at the stage where I thought, oh, I don't need to do this.
yeah. I don't dance. I'll
Or-
watch.
Too cool for dancing.
Yeah,
Then I realized like that's boring.
yeah. You gotta not care what people think. Just have fun.
What fruit of the spirit did you notice that like God gave you the most of, or like that you felt like you grew the most in while you were at camp? I mean, for me, I felt like God gave me so much patience,
Yeah,
like so much patience, because I'm generally not the most patient person, which is not necessarily a good thing, but
Yeah.
and I really feel like God helped me with that because you have to have a non-human level of patience with those
Yeah.
kids.
like patience was such a big thing because if they see you not patient, you're really representing Jesus and what Jesus looks like for a lot of these kids, because they might never have an experience like this again. I mean, they might, but you don't know. And so you do have to exercise a lot of patience, and also like the experiences you have with your counselor, or like us, like assistant to the counselor, I feel like it sticks with you, and then like it determines whether you have fun or not. Some kids were like, I don't care what you say or who you are, but some kids were like, genuinely, if your counselor's having fun, then you're having fun.
Right.
So it was like, despite how you're actually feeling, despite how you want to feel or what you want to tell these kids, you kind of have to push that aside in order to like let them have fun. Because I remember I had a mean counselor one time when I was in camp, and I was like, this is terrible, and now I want to go home just because of the counselor. Like, you have more of a role than you realize.
Yeah, you really have to die to yourself, camp counselor. Take up your cross.
Take up your cross.
That is something that like you always just have to be like, look, in your hands, God, because I mean, definitely without God, we couldn't do it. Lake Forest just wouldn't work the same, obviously, which wouldn't be the same. And so it's like, hey, it's in your hands, and we're gonna strive to live for you the best we can.
We could talk about that big worship night we had. Also, they had really good worship that night. Like, I was like, dang, that was like the first time I lifted my hands for worship. The staff praying for each other. There's something about someone having their hand on you, like praying for you. I just zoomed in again. I'll zoom out. Hold up. Zoom out. Thank you. There's something about that connection. Like, these people genuinely care. That was something, like, I saw Jesus genuinely in a lot. I saw I'm just gonna keep going. I saw the Lord work through a lot of people. Like, I saw the Holy Spirit in them just from their kindness. Like, people I did not know being genuinely so kind and like noticing things and praying for you, and that was so encouraging to me, because like I feel like I'm lacking in discipling others in that way, just genuinely caring about other people. And those people like constantly just poured themselves out, even when you're not even a camper, and just went the extra mile to check on you. And like, we're just so nice. So many of them were like, wow, I genuinely see like the transformation that's happened in your life, and how like you genuinely love Jesus, and that carries in the way you talk to people. So that was cool to me.
Yeah. That's one thing I've always loved. It's like everybody feels free to be themselves at camp, and like I try and always carry that back to the real world because
Yeah,
let's be honest, it's not the real world.
yeah.
Um,
We're like
we're
Amish.
very blessed out at camp, but everyone feels free to be themselves, and then also like everyone just does genuinely care for everybody. You could have had one conversation with them and it could have just been like, hi, what's your name, what's your biggest interest, and then you just feel like you've known each other for years and you can do anything. That's what I think is so cool, like in the tribe leader position, those weeks with a different counselor every week. First two I already knew I've known both Jacob and Braden for years, but like I feel like I know them on a different level now.
Yeah.
And
you see them like in their weakness and in their doing good. Like I saw them like get frustrated and everything else, but I think there's value in that.
Yeah,
because you know them to a deeper
Right.
level when they're like, I'm just ticked off right now. Like
you only ever see the good side, the true side of everybody.
Yeah.
Like you don't see, or not necessarily the true side, but just like the full picture. And I feel like when you've seen the full picture of somebody, that's when you can truly just like, I don't know, that's when you can truly be like, I know this person. And
Yeah.
like, I know their heart.
We definitely got that experience because we were like, you were like the only person I saw in the staff cabin for some reason. Like we got really close from that. And you saw me like, I don't want to get out of bed right now. And we don't even use words sometimes. You're just like, ugh. And that's we don't even communicate with English at that point.
Well, yeah, I was brushing my teeth and I was like, oh, it's 7:15 and Bo's not up yet.
I did not. The last week, I was like, I'm staying in bed. I don't care. And then we were both exhausted, and you were like, brushing your teeth, and I was like, but you had a toothbrush in your mouth. I just didn't want to speak English.
It's just on.
It's like he probably knows what I mean. He probably gets it.
And I just thumbs up back.
Yeah.
No, but it's moments like that. It's just like you're just gonna remember that. Like that's just something you're gonna remember, and it's like something like I don't know, bonding, I guess.
Yeah. Here's another thing I remember. The conversations, even you and me, like we don't necessarily agree on everything theologically, but we unite around the gospel. But like to me, it was cool to see people that like genuinely study, polish their opinion, and root it in scripture instead of just like believing just because like I guess it's what your family believes. It was people striving to believe the truth, I guess.
That's where it may start with what your church believes and what your family believes, but it's good to polish it, refine it, and study it yourself rather than just be a Berean and study it yourself. Blindly believe in everything you hear. I also like the ability to have rational conversations on disagreeing like theological points and stuff. Like me and you were able to talk about things and like politics too. Even like I'm able to talk to somebody about politics who disagrees with me, but still be able to be friends with them.
Yeah,
I'm able to just be like have a civil debate about it, and whether they take what I said or I take what they said, or neither of us accept anything, we were able to just have a reasonable, rational conversation about it. And I think that's something that's important in anything, but I think that's especially important in faith because I think that's a good way to grow, to be open to other ideas and to be able to openly talk about other ideas while also presenting your own in a way that's loving.
Yeah. And you're going to find a lot of people that are not like that and will not. Like when we first started talking about it, I kind of presented my points in more of an aggressive way just because I was used to people going into a debate in more of a attacking way. And so I was ready to defend my side of the argument in more of a like panicked, I'm getting attacked for what I believe instead of having an actual conversation.
Right.
So it was something to get used to, but there's so much value in it and that we can actually be brothers and like Christians that don't agree on everything. And that's absolutely okay because far off in church history, people don't agree on things most of the time. That's why we have denominations, unfortunately. But
Right.
we can all unite around the gospel.
Exactly. And that's the important thing too. Especially when people are debating about things that are like non-salvational and they're taking it to extreme levels as far as like killing each other, like in years war. And it's like, guys, this is not like,
It's not good.
it's deep, but it's not that deep. That's some of the biggest things from camp that I was just like, I'm always excited to go back and have conversations like that.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to find. Because obviously you're not going to find that as much in your own church.
Mm-mm. Well, yeah, everybody usually agrees in your church for the most part.
Right. And it's also just hard to go out and just find someone who's willing to have a debate with you about theology. Like,
yeah, well, even if you find that, it's hard to find someone that's not hostile.
Right.
Like, I'm going to convert you to whatever.
Exactly.
Like, I'm so angry with you right now. Like, we can just be chill and discuss it instead of arguing at each other's throats.
Right. I mean, one thing that I thought was super important and like super special when I did the 1 week of work staff at Student Camp 1 was tea time, testimony time. And I thought it was good that we did it too after the first camp at Blue Trail. Like, I just thought that's an important thing. Like, when you're working together in a spiritual ministry related job, I think it's just good to know each other's stories. And that can help like build strengths in different areas and build bonds over things that like similar struggles you've had or just similar experiences you've had in general. And then also like Workshop Bible study was also really great. And one thing I've noticed, just like the habit of doing that has helped me keep my habit at home even better. I've been home enough. Like, I was decent about reading my Bible before, and I would read it every day. But one thing the speaker, Pastor Corey, said at Student Life Camp that I just went to was it wasn't just don't just read for information, but read it for growth, read it for knowledge, read it for your faith.
Yeah.
Really look deeper into what you're reading and actually try and understand it over just over just reading it to complete it.
Yeah. Mandatory.
Exactly.
Daily, just like, I got to do this because I'm a Christian.
Someone can read the entire Bible and still not know it that well. It's not just like your normal novel that you can do rhetorical analysis with. It's one of the hardest books to the Bible is one of the hardest collections of books to do, or just book to do rhetorical analysis on.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's the whole point of theology. There's just as many books written about things in the Bible as there are other books, almost. Like, not like just like random secular books. Like, there's just so many theology books because it's like there's so many different ways you can interpret something. And this is tying straight back into what we were talking about a minute ago. Mm-hmm. But I just love taking in theology because whether it's something I necessarily agree with or not, I like reading different opinions.
Yeah.
And I like seeing people's thoughts and comparing it to what I personally thought. Because I don't think you should also. So I think theology is important, like reading books, because I don't think you should base your entire opinion on the Bible just on what you've taken out of it.
Yeah.
I think that's the point of a pastor. I think that's the point of a church congregation. Like, not the whole point, but like, I think that's an important aspect of it. If you just base it off of yourself and everything you take out of it, I feel like you can twist your views on some things, because it can be like, oh, well, I'm taking this in the way that I want to take it.
Yeah. That kind of concluded the serious part of the podcast. Then I had to ask him this very important question. You've seen Across the Spider-Verse, haven't you?
Yes.
I'm looking at you. Okay. Good. Excellent. We would have had a problem. It's worse than bad theologies if you haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse. It's biblical. It's a biblical allegory for the fall of mankind. Not a lot of people know that. because I made
Yep.
it up.
Didn't you make a video about that?
Yeah, Spider-Man is the greatest Christian of all time is my favorite video I've made. How Spider-Man is a better Christian than you. You as in anyone watching the video. It's my favorite video.
This of the video.
Yeah, it was very, very deep. Changed my whole life. Thanks for listening to this episode of Rooted and Reformed. It was a lot of fun doing this interview. I hope to do many more in the future. And stay tuned. We got a lot of good episodes on the way.